Welcome to our home in Charleston, West Virginia. We're glad you joined us for this video. It is my hope that this video is the first of many that will work with education, particularly around culinary arts. In our first parish, we had a woman that wrote for the local newspaper. She wrote a book, and the title of the book was 654. As she said, 6 ingredients, 5 minutes, or forget it. She lived up to that motto. She taught us many things, and I learned simplicity. Simplicity is the best. This recipe is not quite 654, but it's simple. It's called chocolate truffle with raspberry sauce. It's light, it's chocolatey, and it's very, very good. Come into my kitchen and we'll... Hello, and welcome to our house. This is Bishop Klusmeyer, and I want to tell you that over the past year with the pandemic, it's been kind of a stressful time. I have found nothing better than eating chocolate to relieve the stress. In fact, I want to let you know that about a year ago, I made a pledge, and I was going to lose 10 pounds over the pandemic period. And today, nearly 1 year later, I'm happy to tell you I only have 15 pounds more to go. And this is one of the reasons why. Many years ago, I became a subscriber to the Chocolatier magazine, and the recipe I'm going to give you today is straight out of that magazine. So please enjoy it. It's simple, it's fun, and it's delicious. Now, the first thing you do is you set up your kitchen and you set things up so that you're ready to go. And the first is to take a bread pan and just line it with saran wrap or something else that you'll be able to easily remove, because you'll be pouring the mixture into there and then you'll be refrigerating it. And when you take it out, you'll want it to come out very easily. So we'll set that aside and keep that going. The first thing you do is you take a half a cup of whipping cream and mix it with 3 egg yolks. So you just mix it up just enough. You take that, and you just mix that up just well enough. Now, the next thing you do is you take 2 8-ounce packages of Baker's chocolate, semi-sweet chocolate, or in our case today, we're going with a very rich chocolate from Ghirardelli's, but we're still using 16 ounces of chocolate. So you take 16 ounces of chocolate, you take half a cup of corn syrup, and 1 stick of butter. So here is all of our chocolate. I would say normally you can't get enough chocolate, but some might differ. You take a half a cup of Karo syrup, pour it in there. I will tell you, I want to make sure I get every bit of that sweetness in there. And then you add a stick of butter, which I have happened to cut up. You turn on the burner and let's stir constantly so it doesn't burn. Stop. Okay, so now we have blended the chocolate and the corn syrup, and so now we have 3 egg yolks with a half a cup of heavy cream. We add that to the mix, and over medium-high heat, we will stir this for 3 minutes. I will tell you from experience that in about 3 minutes, it will all look... Well, now we're waiting for the chocolate mixture to cool, and it's almost ready. And so now we add 1.5 cups of whipping cream, 1 tablespoon of vanilla, and a half cup...
Teaspoon.
I've been corrected. 1 teaspoon of vanilla, and then a half a cup of powdered sugar. So add that in, turn on the mixer, and let's get whipped cream. We'll let that run until there's, as they say, light peaks that will let us know that the whipping cream has become the whipped cream. So we'll do that now. Well, we've now done our whipped cream with one correction. I said a half a cup of powdered sugar, and it should have been a quarter cup, which, if you could see the size of the cup, I actually put in a quarter cup. So everything's fine. I just misspoke. So the whipping cream is now the whipped cream. It has come out well. We get ready to lick the whisk, because that's always good. And now we take the whipped cream and we will fold it gently into the chocolate mixture. This is what makes everything perfect. This will take a little while because you want to do it very carefully. But this is what makes the chocolate light and fluffy. Learned how to fold over all these years. You know, Kenny Rogers said you got to know when to fold them. So we have now mixed the whipped cream into the chocolate mixture. We will carefully take it and we will pour it into the bread pan so that it will be a nice loaf. This is probably the best and also the most difficult time, because what it says is we have to wait 8 hours for it to chill in the refrigerator. But fortunately, we have a little spatula, and we could always do things we used to do as a child. But we will take this now and we will place it in the refrigerator and we will see you back. Now, as the chocolate truffle has cooled off and is solidified, it's now kind of a cake loaf. We will make our raspberry sauce, which we'll be able to put over it. And as we do that, we take 1/3 of a cup, again, of Karo syrup. Pour that gently into the blender. And then we can take 12 ounces of frozen raspberries that have thawed. Pour that in also. And then what we want to do is we want to blend it together so that it becomes a nice puree. After it is blended, we're going to strain as many seeds out of it as we can so it's a nice smooth raspberry sauce. So we take it and we'll pour it into a strainer and we'll remove as many seeds as possible. You may want to strain it over and over a couple of times just to get the right smoothness. Well, it's been 8 hours of chilling the chocolate truffle in the refrigerator. And so now we take it out. We're going to transfer it from the bread pan to some kind of a nice presenting plate. And so we make sure that it'll come out easily, right? It's nice and there we go. And then you just remove the saran wrap or whatever you put in there so that it's nicely formed. It's a nice bread loaf. Now comes the most fun of all the time. Take any kind of a knife, cut it carefully, and place it on a plate. Now, you can be fancy and put the raspberry sauce underneath, or you can put it on top. But here's the raspberry sauce that we made earlier. Just lay it out on top. Take a fork. And have a wonderful dessert. Thanks for watching, and come back again.